Well, hello my beautiful Gemini, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for September 2022. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details, and I will never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Gemini, this is your monthly reading. I do apologize for the time it has taken me to get this reading to you, but unfortunately I've had to go to my folks' house unexpectedly, so I'll be here for the next week and a half or so. So your reading is a little bit late, but I'm doing it on the 8th of September, and it's good right through to the 8th of October, so it still will be a monthly energy reading, okay? I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome, and then we will move throughout the reading. Just to let you know though, this is going to be a very jam-packed month in terms of planetary alignment. There are a lot of radical changes, okay? Now you'll see these in terms of the world as much as on a local scale. We have that new moon in Virgo on the 27th of August. So you'll be still feeling that energy. You'll be feeling a little bit more productive or organized than usual, really analyzing whether your life is moving in the right direction. And if it's not, it's about setting intentions and creating lists to get back on track. Also, diet and exercise routines will be starred this period. You'll be looking at your life, putting it under review so that you can come out feeling a healthier, happier version of yourself, okay? Now, of course, we have a clash between Venus, the planet of love, and erratic Uranus, as well as a standoff between the Sun, the Moon, and Mars. So life gets a little bit pressurized this month. It can feel a little bit intense for us all collectively. Know that as we hit around about the 14th or 15th of the month, things start to resolve themselves, but it can feel like you feel a little bit over emotional, or you feel that situations are spiraling out of control and people can push your buttons a little bit more than usual during this period. So just be a little bit mindful that the pressure is on, and we tend to all get on each other's nerves a little bit more than usual during this period. Also, we have Mercury retrograde on the 9th of September. So you should be feeling that energy. I mean, it hits pretty much tomorrow. So communication issues, misunderstandings, electrical faults, emails, or you know, going astray or missing important phone calls. So be mindful of that. It can also bring people that you haven't seen for a while back into your world. So people that perhaps were either exes, you may hear from them. They may reach out during this Mercury retrograde. It can also be people that you've seen, haven't seen for a while. Perhaps there are people like friends that you haven't seen since college, reunions, that sort of energy. It tends to be, you know, reuniting. It comes back around. Also, if you feel like you've missed out on any opportunities in terms of your career or in love, there is a potential to return to that energy, and you've got the Judgment card here. So this is about returning. So that will be heavily influencing your chart as you move throughout the month. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be shacking up with your ex. I'm not saying that at all. It can mean that opportunities that you feel were meant for you are coming back around, okay? If you felt like something, you know, didn't go in your favor, you're getting another bite. The way they're giving it to me actually is you're getting another bite at the apple. Okay, so this is something that's healthier for you. I mean, it's 6 of Wands, success. okay, movement forward. I mean, some of you may be thinking about moving to New York, of course, the Apple, the Big Apple there. I mean, there's other places in the world that are affiliated with Apple, so it could have some sort of resonance in your world. It's a very strange way to put it. My guides, when I'm channeling, they've given it that way. But I feel like this is about you getting another shot at something that you thought was lost, okay? And this time it's coming back around and you're going to be successful. That's what they're showing me. Now, also we have the full moon in Pisces. Okay, and that full moon in Pisces brings a much more calmer energy. You may feel though that your attention is pulled in different directions. So you may feel like getting really clear on, you know, your intentions, which direction your life is going in, but then also you've got that dreamy energy of sort of like wanting to go out and have fun and really focus on the lighter side of life. But then the twist of all of this, we have that crazy planet of change, Uranus. Now, of course, if you're dreaming for change in life, be careful what you wish for because you're about to receive it. This is a time period in terms of us all collectively where establishments or things that have been long standing tend to crumble away, okay? There's a reform, there's a change. So you may actually see those things ricochet throughout the world, like major news, you know, where things change suddenly, but also you may feel on a more localized scale that things are changing and evolving within your life for, at first it feels a little bit pressurized, not going to lie to you, but then it starts to become clear it is for your highest good, okay? So let's get straight to your cards in particular. Now for you, my beautiful Gemini, the 4th house is activated at the beginning of the month, and that's all about your home life, where you feel like you belong, and also your responsibilities, okay? You may be looking at your past as well, your upbringing, and how you felt maybe responsible, even from a very young age. You may have felt like you grew up a lot quicker than perhaps most. You're very intelligent, but sometimes you may have felt like you had the world or the weight of the world on your shoulders, and you're really looking at those sort of areas in your life as you move throughout the beginning of the month. Also, that 4th house is about family, relationships, you know, and those responsibilities, people coming together as well during times of change. So watch out for that. But the 4th house is all about stability. So some of you may be going into real estate, or you may be thinking about moving home or saving. So this is all about looking at your responsibilities, and that Virgo energy giving us that critical, organized eye will make us restructure our life for the better. Now also you got the 10th house of career, ambition, what you're known for, or making your mark in the world, really making an impact is starred for you. So if you are working and trying to work your way up the ladder, this is a very empowering time where you're going to be very successful. If you're retired, for example, it can mean that you are using your finances in a very resourceful way in order to make sure a little or a lot, depending on how much you've managed to save over the years, goes a long way. It's about enjoying yourself, investing your energy into things that make you feel good about yourself, that you know, you feel secure, and you're looking for direction during this month. Now the first card here for you, we've got the one who changes. Okay, so Uranus is really affecting your energy. You've got the snake there, which is about a rebirth, transformation, change, enchantment. And the moon there is over the 3rd eye and crown chakra. So this is about really looking at your intuition, knowing things need to change in some area of your life and making those changes. This is your protagonist energy. So you're in the state of transformation. This is a card of using your throat chakra as well. It's so important. You run by Mercury, and we have Mercury retrograde. So if there's something that you haven't been able to say, okay, I feel like you're going to really kick hard against this Mercury retrograde, and you're going to make yourself heard, okay? Be mindful of diplomacy during this period, because sometimes we can be misunderstood. Our tone can get misconstrued, so watch out for that. But of course, if you mean to be harsh because you're wanting to get a point across, then boy, it will be coming across loud and clear, okay? But also I would watch out for how can I put that? I would watch out for anyone who is trying to push your buttons on purpose. You know, sometimes when we go through the beginning of a Mercury retrograde, we can say things that we don't actually really mean. And, you know, so I would just have some compassion, diplomacy as well for situations, because we all get a little bit pressurized during this time and we snap. So watch out for that. But they are indicating here major radical change. You feel compelled to change something in your life in the month of September into October, okay? Now, you may feel also the winds of change have gathered around us all for the last 18 months. There's been a collective shift in humanity. I mean, the world seems like a much crazier place, one that we're trying to fathom, understand, and work through. But you may be feeling like it's actually empowering you, because you do have the card of empowerment there. Now this of course is number 7, which is the Chariot card number. You're moving forward. You are a sign of duality, so you tend to be very, very flexible. You tend to be very intuitive, and if you feel a hunch or something about, you know, the winds of change, you always can see both sides of a story. You can see the negative and the positive of most situations because of your energy of duality. So I feel like you always tend to be 4 or 5 steps ahead of the curve, because you understand the light and dark of life. And I feel like you are actually putting yourself in a really good position, okay? Now, it's really interesting because we've got the Chariot card here and we got the 7 of Swords. And this is like you making changes, and not that you're running away from something, but I feel like you're avoiding something. And I feel like you're embracing a new start in some area of your life. Now, this is a card of ambition. It's really interesting because my voice is literally changing as I touch this card. So perhaps you're changing the way that you vocalize how you feel or how you operate. You're making changes that are actually directly going to move you forward in your life. When you get the when you get the Chariot card, this is about you going on a journey of self-discovery, but you're in control. Okay, you're the master or the mistress of the changes that you're making. These changes are not just happening to you, they're happening for you. You're making this change happen for your highest good. Now, some of you may be relocating, or you may be actually booking a vacation. This is a card of movement. If you've been feeling stuck in some area of your life, you're headed in the right direction. We got the 3 of Wands here, so if you've been asking, are you on the right track? The answer is yes. Even if you feel like you've been a little bit off center recently or a little bit disconnected from your usual self, because we got the Lovers card, which is your card there, it's a Gemini card, it's in the resistance position. So is the High Priestess. So you may have been feeling like you've been a little bit off center recently. You may have been worried about finances. I mean, of course, collectively, we're all looking at inflation, everything going up, the price of living going up, and yet wages are not particularly, moving in the direction we were hoping for. But I feel like you are making changes in your life that sees you moving in the right direction with that Virgo influence, and the changes that you're making are leading to success. Okay, but also I feel like this is about you having the courage to make the changes. Now, some of you may actually be literally leaving someplace. Now, either you're leaving a career or a job and you're keeping it all hush hush, okay, because the 7 of Swords is about stealth. You're doing something off grid, under the radar. Now, it can be a card of, like secretly doing something that nobody else is aware of. Now, some people can misconstrue that as being, lying or deceptive in some way, but I don't get that energy from this card. Sometimes this card can be about being deceiving. And of course, my beautiful Gemini, I don't expect that you would ever be deceiving. I feel like you're actually being really honest with yourself that something needs to change. There needs to be some sort of new energy injected into your life, whether that's fun, because you are a sign of duality. If you've been feeling that you've been, during this period, your 10th house is activated. So there is an ambitious energy here. So you may take on more than you feel capable of sometimes, but you're strong enough to be very successful in whatever it is you're embarking on. Okay, so for example, you may want to move into a position of leadership, set up your own business, but you may feel like right now, this is a very sort of uncertain time to be making these radical changes. But if anyone can do it, my beautiful Gemini, it's you, okay? The 7 of Swords, this is a card of independence, doing something differently, and that other people don't need to understand what it is that you're doing. That's not their business. It's not their calling. It's not their path. You're here to meet your own expectations, not in an egotistical way, but in a way where you're living life on your own terms. So the 7 of Swords can also be that you're safeguarding something. Okay, so perhaps you're empowering yourself by saving a little bit, keeping it to yourself, you know, safeguarding for a rainy day, that kind of energy. Because as you can see, she's hoarding like an egg there. Okay, so eggs represent new starts. So I feel like there's something here, either you're keeping a secret under your chest, you're keeping it to yourself, either it's a new job opportunity, or you're moving, you're restructuring, or you're making these changes in stealth. I feel like it's like a brand new you, okay? They're actually giving me a song right now. I'm just going to connect to this energy. It sounds very, okay. I can't tell whether it's 70s or 80s music. I really want to say it's like 80s music. Know where I'm going and I know what to do. I've tidied up my point of view. I've got a new attitude. I've got a new attitude. Okay. Okay. So I don't know that song. Okay. So I'm going to have to say, I don't know it. I'll have to look that up. But I mean, it really does connect to this energy. So that actually sees you for the month, you know, having this new kind of energy about you, where you either have changed your point of view, that you're moving forward, releasing, you know, something needs to change. And I just get this energy of you turning any negative situation into a positive because you're having the courage to make the changes. Now, for example, this could be on a localized level. Like you may be like, okay, you know what? I need to change my diet because my body doesn't feel like it has the energy. I feel a little bit low motivation or low energy. Or if you're trying to get pregnant, for example, and you're like, okay, I've got to change the way I live, perhaps have a little, you know, have no alcohol, or, you know, because we got the Queen of Pentacles here, so it could be that you're trying to get pregnant, for example. So I feel like you may be changing things in your life to make an impact for the better. Now, it doesn't have to be diet or exercise routines. It can also be that you're cutting people out that are negative or who do not support your journey, because you're definitely on a mission here to move forward. You're definitely on a journey of self-discovery, and you are, it's almost like you've got your eye on the prize for success, because the Seven of, well, this is number 7 in the major arcanas, which is about motion. It is about movement. It is an empowerment card, and it's got a major butterfly there. So it's almost like you're making the changes, you're moving in the direction, you're in control of the direction your life goes in, and you're making some big choices, making some, you know, you may even shock some people. You've got the High Priestess in the resistance position, so you're keeping quiet about it. Okay, we've also got the Three of Wands. Now they're showing me how strong you are. When you have the Three of Wands, this is about you being a pillar of strength and, you know, deciding when to launch something. You know, there's something here about ships or boats. I mean, you've got 2 different cards here. Okay, and both have boats there. So this is about movement. Some of you may be literally relocating to another country, across water, or it could be about you seeking direction and deciding to do something differently. If you've come up against a bit of a brick wall in some area of your life, whether it's your career, no matter how much energy you inject into it, no matter how talented you are, you may feel like you've hit a glass ceiling in some area, and you may think, you know what, I'm just had enough. I need to just rise up and move on. It could also be that, you know, you are seeking, you know, how can I put that? So you may have gone through a separation in a relationship, and now you're deciding to completely empower yourself by walking away from this. So you may have caught this person, you know, keeping secrets, and, you know, I feel like you're actually moving forward. There's an energy here of you revisiting it to see if it can be salvaged, but I just get this energy of you sort of having a bit of a glow up and actually attracting a new suitor. That's what I feel. There's sort of another energy coming on in, a new love, if that's what you're looking for, because I actually see you walking away from something that was not healthy for you. Okay. Also with the Three of Wands, this is a card of you being on the right path. So if you've been seeking direction and asking bigger questions like, am I going in the right direction? Am I headed towards success? The answer is yes. The Three of Wands is about planning. But it's also about talent. It's about you moving forward at a pace that you've been waiting for. It's like knowing the right moment to move. So either you have, put your resume out and you got a new job opportunity and you're keeping it to your chest, or perhaps, you've been living in an apartment that you think is just awful and you've been like secretly planning to leave this apartment, and you will know when the moment is right to make the changes. But big changes happening here for you, okay? Just going to check one more energy with this. Okay, so I would say here, if you're going through any difficulties regarding a person who has been less than honest, whether it's at your workspace or whether it's in a friendship, you feel like you've caught someone out on something, I actually feel like you're confident that you know that this person has been low vibe energy, let's put it that way, and I feel like you're cutting this person out. But also I feel like their lie or their indiscretion comes to light. Okay, so if someone has not been completely honest about something towards you, I feel intuitively you know, so trust your hunches, but the truth will be revealed, okay? You will hear news about this, is what they're showing me. Now, moving on, we've got the resistance position. Oh my gosh, look at this card. I didn't even realize you got this card, the one who whispers. So it's like you got a secret, or you're hearing a secret. There's something here. It says, secrets, confessions, confidant. Now, either you're going to hear about someone's indiscretion, or, there's something that intuitively you know, because, you got the High Priestess there, and it says intuition. Now, this means there's a hunch or something you're not talking about. So either you've heard something on the grapevine and you're keeping it, maybe it's a gossip. You're not the sort of person to gossip, my beautiful Gemini, but if some gossip comes your way, you're like, oh, MG, I knew that already, I felt it. But I just get this energy of you keeping something to yourself. Now, this could also be connected to money. Okay, some of you may be setting up your own business, working from home, getting a little bit of a side hustle going on, and that's okay. You may be not wanting to tell anybody because you don't want to jinx it, because I feel like it's going well. It's going to get better. It's going to be very, very successful. So I see why you want to keep it to yourself, because, sometimes when people get a little bit jealous, they can cast like aspersions, or they can cast like a negativity because of their thought process, and I feel like you're keeping it to yourself, this thing, okay? I actually see any worries that you have about money. They just want me to be giving you this, which is the High Priestess is mute. She's very intuitive, she's psychic, so I feel like you have a lot of psychic gifts, a lot of psychic flashes, and a lot of you will be connecting to your spiritual gifts. So some of you may actually be using or setting up your business based on spirituality or your spiritual gifts. So some of you, for example, you may be into Reiki or healing, or you may actually have the gift of sight, or you may decide to divine with tools like tarot or scrying or the pendulum, things like that. This may be something that you're thinking about right now, or you're planning, because the Three of Wands is the planning stages. You're keeping some sort of secret plan to yourself, and you will take action on this, and it's going to be so successful. It's going to blossom. You're going to rise up on this. So whatever your idea is, know that you are going to be very successful. Now, they give me that song again. Okay, so this song, I don't know what it is, but it's the same lyrics. Know where I'm going and I know what to do. I've tidied up my point of view. I got a new attitude. That's, yeah. So this song, if you know what that song is, you may hear it in the next couple of days or the next couple of weeks, right up to the second week of October. That signals change. There's good news coming here for you. Six of Wands is the card of standing out in the crowd, is the card of being successful in an area of your life that you really want to make an impact, but it's also good news headed your way, okay? So they want you to listen out for that song. Now, you could be walking down the sidewalk and hear it in a car as it passes. It could be in the mall. It could be at work. So listen out for that song. But it indicates something that you are trying to change. This is connected to you. Also, they're giving me the number 1212. So this could be the time that you actually get this message at. It could be 1212 when you're listening to this reading. So numerical synchronicity is important. Whenever you see 1212, remember what you're thinking and look up what 1212 means for you in that moment. They want you to be aware of that. Now, they're also giving me sometimes you doubt your intuition, okay? And they want you to be aware, excuse me, that you're given hunches for a reason. They're showing me that you're going to be given the key to unlock something in the month of September. Now, I don't know if that's a physical key, or, I mean, if you're moving apartments or you're buying property, perhaps it is. Excuse me, I keep losing my voice in this reading. I kid you not, all day I've been fine. There's no problem with my voice or anything like that, but throughout your whole reading, because Mercury is all about communication, it's about to go retrograde tomorrow and it rules your sign. So, I mean, you may even be affected by this, but it's almost like perhaps there's something you haven't said or something you're not saying, or that you're finding it difficult to say. I feel like you do find the words to communicate it by the end of, I'd say the 3rd, 4th week of September, okay? Perhaps that's when you're revealing your truth. We do have the Queen of Pentacles here. So this could also be a desire to multiply your finances, but because it's in the resistance position, it can mean that right now you feel like you don't have the resources or you're worried about money. You may feel, I mean, of course, collectively, we're all looking at the world right now and going, things are getting crazier. And of course, we're all keeping our eye on being resourceful with what we've got already, trying to safeguard our position and things like that. And, you know, really being honest with ourselves, with the state of the world at the moment. So on a collective scale, I can see why you may be like, you know, deep down, there's a little bit of anxiety. We don't know which way it's going to go. I know that in terms of the world, the energy that I'm feeling is it gets a little bit worse before it gets better, but it is getting better is what I've been given, okay? Just so you're aware. Queen of Pentacles, it starts the beginning of the month in the reverse for you, but by the end of the month, it is in the upright. So this is about, financially multiplying your money, but there's a plan attached to it. The Queen of Pentacles works really hard for the money. Male or female, not a gender specific reading. It's all about the energy. So I feel like you've been working really hard to making extra money, and by the end of the month there is going to be more. You are multiplying this. Also, the Queen of Pentacles is all about the home space, and because your 4th house is activated, you may be focusing a lot on thinking about a job or an opportunity to work from home or multiply your finances by getting a bit of a side hustle, because you have that card of duality, the Lover's card, which is about, you know, finding a second way of doing things, or, you know, duality, as I keep giving you. The Lover's card is also about attracting something that you feel like you do not have right now because it's in the resistance position. So whether that's a love relationship, whether it's an opportunity in terms of work, the Queen of Abundance, basically, that's what she's called, is attracting wealth. And that's what you're attracting in the month of September into October. By using your intuition and your gifts, relying on your hunches, I feel like you're multiplying finances. Now, some of you, for example, may be keeping a secret to yourself that you're pregnant, okay? And if that's you, congratulations. But you may be keeping it until the right time you feel is to reveal it to, your friends or to your work. I definitely get this energy of you keeping something to yourself because it's not the right time. The 3 of Wands says you will know when the right time is, okay? Also, the Queen of Pentacles is about your plan, and you may have felt that you've lost sight of the plan sometimes, or you may have felt like every time you talk about your plan, things just don't go the way you'd hoped. So that's why now you're keeping it to yourself as a protective measure. But I definitely see finances improving for you as we move throughout the month, even though there's a bit of worry there. We've got the Lover's card. Some of you may be setting up a business with somebody else. Business partnership there. Some of you may have, intuitively known that a business partnership is going to separate, perhaps, because we got the Lover's card, which is in the reverse, but by the end of it, it's in the upright. So it really indicates, I don't know if you heard that, there was a little bit of knock there on the door. It's just me here. I hope you caught it on camera. It was just like I can't even describe it. It's on the door over there, basically what I was saying is anything you feel like you've lost out on or had to separate from, it means there's something greater being attracted to you at this time. So whether that's a relationship, a job opportunity, or something that you felt like you missed out on, it's coming back around. They want, it's that energy again coming through that you're getting a second bite of the apple. It's not over, okay? So if you felt a little bit of disappointment in some area of your life, know that something greater is about to replace it. So it's either a bigger and better opportunity in work that brings more money, or it can also be a new love relationship where you're going to settle down, because the Queen of Pentacles is all about the home space, settling down, having a high level of commitment. She invests her whole heart and soul. But also the Queen of Pentacles is about being resourceful with the money that you've got already. It's a Virgo card, so it's going to really influence how you operate financially. So if you felt like you spent a little bit too much last month, this month you're going to get really clear and organized and say, you know what, I'm going to knuckle down on overspending on things that I don't need. I'm going to cut out things. And I mean, you're not going to cut out things you need, of course. I feel like you're going to find an alternative. Okay, so with the Lovers card, this is about coming back into balance, feeling a little bit more like yourself, okay? Now, for some of you, this could be that if you've gone through a relationship in the past and you separated, you're heartbroken and you've been cheated or lied to, you may feel very protective of your heart, and you may always feel like you're standing alone there waiting for someone to love or trust, because the word is trust they're giving me. It may be very difficult for you to trust, but you're empowering yourself and you're actually meeting the right relationship. There's a new person entering into your sphere, someone who is not going to trigger trust issues, because, you know, intuitively, you know when you meet a person, especially if you've gone through a previous experience, you notice red flags. Okay, so I feel like you're going to meet someone who is your soulmate, someone who empowers you, who lifts you up as much as you lift them. And I feel like it's a loving relationship where you actually feel seen and heard, and everything comes into balance. Okay. Also, the Lovers card, this is about, you know, finding duality in your life, finding a better way, unifying your energy, coming into balance and harmony. But it can also be about personal decisions, making the right decisions for you. It's not anyone else's life, my beautiful Gemini, it's yours. So I feel like you are making decisions that affect you long term, and also you're following your heart, okay? So I also feel intuitively there, if you're looking for a job, if you've been, for example, you've been working at a place that you no longer trust and you're leaving it, or you've been, you lost your job, there is another opportunity coming your way. I also feel that you are sort of talented enough and gifted enough to set up this side hustle or this second stream of income. And it may be something you do from home that is very creative, and it actually brings in a lot of clients and a lot of business partnership opportunities or brand opportunities, okay? Because I feel like you're attracting the right people to work with, and I feel like you're in the flow and you're moving towards success. Now, the outcome energy here, we have the one who emerges, enlightenment, mindfulness, rise up. So anything that's been kept secret is emerging. So I feel like you'll know the right moment to sort of open yourself up and reveal your truth. But also, this is about you evolving, blossoming, finding stability in your world. You're emerging. So if you've been taking yourself off grid for a little while or keeping a secret because you're trying to plan something, you're in the planning stages or something, and I feel like, you know, now's the time to reveal. So I feel like there's this great reveal going on for you. We've also got the one who begins. So again, another indication that there's a new energy. There's a new Gemini in town. That's what I'm feeling here. It says here, launch, actualize potential. So this is about you launching that ship, the one that you've been keeping to yourself. Okay, whether it's a new project or a new idea or a new way of doing things. You know, sometimes change doesn't have to be this radical, you know, huge thing. It can be a small thing like, you know what, I'm going to eradicate chocolate out of my diet because, you know, it makes me feel lethargic, or it just doesn't make me feel good long term, even though it's a quick fix and makes me feel great in the moment. It can be something like, you know what, I'm going to change my route to work in the morning and I'm going to walk through the park so that I can hear the birds singing, so that I can feel peace on my walk to work rather than, you know, crossing through traffic and loads of people. So it can be small scale changes that you're making to be more positive and shift your point of view and shift your mindset to bring peace, okay? But it says here, launch and actualize your potential. So you're reaching your potential, something that you've been trying or planning to do or make a move on, move forward towards. I mean, you're headed towards success. The Chariot card says you've got your eye on success, or you've got your eye on a goal, and you're taking charge to move forward towards it. And this is you actualizing it. This is it happening on the physical plane and being very, very successful. This is your calling, okay? We have the Judgment card, which is a card of your true calling, following your true north. This Judgment card is about weighing up your options, okay? And in order to move forward in life, we cannot continuously look backwards. We only look backwards in order to empower ourselves in this moment, to learn from lessons, to learn from the past. And then that will inform our present so that we can have a stronger future. And I feel that's the way that you're looking at the past right now, in order to inform your current moment, your nowness. You're in the flow of the now, and it's going to affect your future in a really positive way. The Judgment card is about being at a crossroads, reaching for a new life, and having to release things that are not working or have no purpose or serve no positivity in your life. You're finding a new path towards enlightenment. This is like a sudden revelation or a sudden realization that something needs to change. The Judgment card is also your true prosperity, okay? So this is about you doing something that you love with all of your heart and being financially recompensed for it, or being recompensed in terms of feeling emotionally connected and good about yourself. This is you listening to your calling. Whenever you get the Judgment card, especially in the Rider-Waite Tarot, you know, all the figures are standing in coffins and they're listening to the angel that's trumpeting, because they're hearing the call to abandon their old life or their old way of doing things and embrace the new. And that's definitely the energy that you are feeling. I feel, you know, because Uranus is so present in the next, well, for quite a while actually, there's bringing a lot of crazy change in the world. But you're making the changes. You're in charge of these changes. So whether it is, you know, you're calling someone out at work for being dishonest, and you know, you're safeguarding people, you're using your intuition, whether it is you deciding to you know, relocate or change your circumstances to be doing something that you love. The Judgment card is about you being on the right path, you know, launching that ship, being, you know, doing your true calling. That's what I feel here. Okay. Also, I get a feeling here that someone that you either have, if some of you got children, perhaps someone that you were connected to regarding, you know, maybe the parent of the child, you may have a reconciliation moment, because the Judgment card is a card of reconciliation. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to have children, but because we've got the Queen of Pentacles there as well, it can mean that perhaps you're working together, as opposed to perhaps in the past there's been some sort of like conflict there. So it doesn't mean you're coming back into a romantic sense. It doesn't have to be that, but it can be. So just watch out for that. If you want it in a romantic sense, I feel like there's a reunion on the cards. But if it's something you definitely don't want, my beautiful Gemini, it can be that you're actually working together as opposed to being at each other's throats, okay? Now, the Judgment card also is a card of, as I said, reconciliation, but also of things coming back around. So if you feel like something, say for example, you went for a promotion and you felt it went to somebody else and it was underhanded, maybe it was nepotism, or you felt like you were waiting for that opportunity and actually that opportunity really was meant for you because you were the better person for the job, you may feel intuitively that it was given away and there was something a little bit underhanded about it. It's like it's coming back, but I feel like it's better. So it may actually be the opportunity itself that you lost out on, but it may even be an opportunity like it that is better. I definitely see this full circle boomerang happening for you. Better things are coming back around. So if there's been anything you felt you lost out on, whether it's a relationship, separation, you know, if you felt like you've caught a partner cheating in the past, or intuitively you've been you've had a hunch about something and you hear that actually you were right, I feel like everything balances itself out and actually you leave empowered with the upper hand. That's what I'm feeling here. We've got maturity, okay? So this is a card of strength. This is number 8. Now, number 8, of course, is the strength card. It's all about self-love, but it's also about having courage. you having the courage and the strength to actualize something or take charge in some area, and you have infinite possibilities to be very successful. Okay, also you are someone who is very, very strong. You endure quite a lot. You never give up. So even though there may be a little bit of a worry, or it's almost like they're giving me, where there's a will, there's a way. You will always find a way, and you're putting yourself in a really good position, a position of strength. And I feel like you've learned. You're actually evolving is what they're showing me. Now, the Judgment with the Strength card, I mean, you're getting like 2 major arcanas here, even though you could have had any card in that deck. So there's some really big fated changes going on in your chart in September into October that lead to success and good news. Now, success looks differently for everyone. For some, success is, getting a really positive result for health. That would be most people wanting that, of course. Some people, it's money. Some people, it is, to be appreciated for what you do. So I feel whatever it is that you've been wishing for, you're actually going to get good news about it as we leave the month into October, okay? 6 of Wands is about success. It's about all your hard work paying off, sweet reward. It's also about the influence that you've had over this. So all that success, it's down to you. I feel like, a little bit more money coming on in. I feel like you're multiplying finances, and it's down to you. You're finding a way to use your gifts, your talents, to unlock your prosperity. And I see a lot of abundance headed towards you, but you've worked really hard for it. So I don't feel like anyone could ever take it away from you. That it's like, oh, it landed in your lap, or, you're an overnight success. No, you worked really hard for this. No one's seen the blood, sweat, and tears that you've put into your journey and how you're going to get a lot of positive energy out of this, okay? Now, for some of you, 6 of Wands is a card of fame. So if you're someone who is in the public eye or striving to be in the public eye, I definitely see this energy here of, first of all, it's like you shunned the public, or you shun the public eye. You're not someone who wanted to be in the spotlight. You're very how can I put that? You're a very private person. You keep yourself to yourself, but the nature of your business is to reveal. So whilst you can still be private on some level, if you really want to step into the spotlight, you will lose some anonymity. I think that's the word that they're trying to give me, anonymity. I'm going to have to look that up, but I think that's what they're trying to give me, okay? So yeah, the ability to be anonymous, like most of us, we just go through our daily life. Nobody knows, we're just doing us. But if you're in the spotlight, or you're, being famous, for example, you lose that ability. So, but you're doing your true calling. So, I feel like it's about finding the balance in that. So, of course, not everybody's going to be famous. Not every Gemini is going to be famous by the end of September into October. But I feel on a more local scale, in terms of your true calling, whatever you feel called to do in life, I feel like you're going to be in the flow. You're going to be rewarded heavily. There's going to be a lot of success for you, a lot of good news. And I would also say something like this, which is beware of anyone giving you any gossip. Beware of passing it on, okay? Because I feel you got to be careful who's listening. So if you work in an environment like an office or something like that, and someone gives you a juicy secret about someone in the company, of course, listen to it, but keep it to yourself, okay? Or don't get caught sort of like perpetuating the cycle, because I feel this could have a negative impact on you, even though you're not the one who was spreading the thing in the first place, okay? So that's just coming through briefly there. I'm going to pull a card and see if there's anything more coming through for you before we close the reading. Anything more for my beautiful Gemini? What do they need to know? I'm only picking the upright in this deck, just so you're aware. 9 of Wands, you're not giving up. You're someone who works really hard. 9 of Cups. Wow, the wish is coming true here. So a lot of success, a lot of abundance. You're in double nines. I mean, they give you 12, 12. We got 9, 9 here now. And a 10 of Cups. I'm loving that, okay? So I feel like, your hard work, you're battling away. Your hard work is leading you to a wish come true, and you're actually putting yourself in a really good position. The 10 of Cups tells me that there is a lot of joy, happiness. Okay, I hope you can see that there on the camera. I'm at a different angle now, so I'm trying to work out the angles. But the 9 of Wands also indicates that sometimes we need to take a step back and take a pause. Because if we keep rushing in, we're actually going to lose sight of the thing that we actually wanted in the first place, and we may miss something, okay? Also, the Nine of Wands can be the wounded warrior, someone who has experienced a lot of difficulty in life, but keeps, you know, charging forward no matter what. You're about to break your luck into something better, okay? I would say make sure you get a lot of rest as well, because there's all these things going to kick off for you towards the end of the month. Things are going to get a little bit quicker for you. Nine of Cups, a wish being fulfilled, a wish being granted, a time of abundance and joy, and a time of a bit more, it's almost like it's going to be a time of plenty for you. I feel like it's going to be a little bit more resourcefulness going on, a little bit more money, but also, most importantly, this is about abundance, health, you know, everybody around you that you really care about being in a good position, and that happy ever after energy. This is about, you know, good times. Better times are coming. But yes, as I said, for most collectively, it's like things get a little bit more pressurized and difficult before they get better. So I definitely see that happening for you as well. Okay, now let's go straight through this. In the water right now, they're showing me a spider's web. Okay, now spiders' webs, they tend to be about good luck, actually. Dream catchers tend to be formulated in the shape of a spider's web, because it's about catching the dreams. So it's about catching the good luck. But they're actually showing me that you're going to see spiders' webs everywhere. Now, that may be some people's nightmare. That may be their worst nightmare. And I don't mean there's like spiders attached to it, but you may, for example, go for an interview with a company and there's like a spider's web as a logo, or there's like a piece of art that has a spider's web in it, or you could be walking down the sidewalk and see a billboard and there's a spider's web drawing. It could also be that, you know, I mean, of course, as we move into October, we've got, of course, got Halloween and things like that. There's probably going to be a lot of spiders webs out, actually, so that's probably such a like obvious thing to say. But they're showing me there's something in particular about a spider's web. It could even be that, you know, you walk out your door and overnight a spider's web has sort of like decided to, a spider has decided to erect a web over your door and you walk into it. So, I mean, again, that would be the stuff of nightmares for some people. I love little spiders. They're so cute. And they're so, I mean, they're so hardworking and resourceful. How many times have you walked past a spider's web and knocked it and broken it, and then right back, you know, within a couple of hours, that spider has just redone the web. Like, I wish I had a little microphone. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I just, somehow, I'm just now thinking about a little spider having a microphone and going, you know what, I built that bloody spider's web, and you know, yesterday, and that woman, she keeps walking into it. I wish she'd just get a little bit more spatial awareness and leave my web alone. You know, I don't know why I'm going there, but anyway, I'm gonna leave it like that. I just imagine little spiders talking like that. Anyway, you got Hawk Messenger. So definitely great news coming on in. I do apologize. It must be the heat here. I'm going crazy. I'm obviously talking, you know, nonsense. But anyway, we got Hawk Messenger. So definitely some really good news comes that elevates you. It says Spirit is sending you messages. Now, I would look out for 1212. Listen out for that song. Also, spiders' webs, they mean good luck. Okay, so, and you got the Nine of Cups there as well, which means really great luck headed your way, and the Six of Wands, success. So look out for that. Yeah, look out for those two things. It says, Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights, okay? Now, as you can see, that hawk is flying towards the sun, and the sun is the most positive energy in the deck, okay? So there is a lot of success here, but I feel like you're being empowered, you're rising up. I also feel like you're spreading your wings. You're allowing yourself to, you know, be your wonderful, authentic self, and that is where your superpower is, okay? I'm just gonna go and get a rune before we close. Okay, we got two here. Oh, wow. Okay, so this energy we got here is harvest. Okay, I hope you can see that there. That's harvest. So that's also about peace. It's about reward. This is a rune of reward. So I feel like something that you've committed yourself to, that you've been working towards, is going to bring reward, okay? Also, I would say some of you may be going through some sort of legalities. I feel like it's a good time for you. It'll be a positive kind of step in a direction that you're hoping for. Some of you may actually be signing contracts as well, especially if you're going to real estate and things like that. But this rune connects to the year. Okay, it's like harvest time. So I feel like it's going to be an abundant time for you. And also we've got purity, birch, the becoming. Okay, so this is the birth of something. This could be birth of new ideas. It could be the birth of a new opportunity. Also, it is rune that connects to being a great parent, a great mother even, because we got the Queen of Pentacles there, which is of course a great parent energy. Male or female, not a gender specific reading, can be a great father as well. So it's about being a great parent, but this is about, it can also be about birth. So if you're maybe some of you are giving birth, or you just find out that you're pregnant, because there's a secret here, so you may be keeping it to yourself. But there's definitely an energy here of you birthing something that will be very, very successful. Okay, and it's something that you worked hard for. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Gemini. Again, I apologize for the delay, but unfortunately, I had to do a bit of a relocation, shuffle around to be with my folks, but I'll be back in my usual space in about a week and a half. Okay, so I'll leave it there. If something resonated in this reading for you, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very, very important for me. Thank you so much, my beautiful Gemini. Love and light.